This is gonna be get ready for Zoom meetings. And I'm not gonna say under 5 minutes, but I'm gonna say definitely under 10 minutes for the busy woman over 50, because that's who I am. And that is something that has changed over the last, 5 years. And before 5 years ago, I was working in an office daily. And then in 2019, we moved to Florida and I have been here ever since. Most of my meetings, actually all of my meetings, are on Zoom. I rarely am in person, and because of that, I've gotten really good at doing my makeup because I have a tight schedule and I don't want to spend a lot of time getting ready. I want to do the things that I enjoy doing, which is exercising, walking the dog, having my breakfast, sort of enjoying my coffee in the morning. And then when it's time to get to work, I want to be ready, and I want to be ready quickly. It kind of goes back to when I first started working and we were living and commuting from Connecticut into New York City. I had a very short amount of time to get up, dressed, out the door to make my train. If there was any slip up, I would miss my train. So I had it down to a science. And I think that's been drilled into me for so long that now it's just my morning routine is quick, fast. I don't have a lot of products. I don't use a lot of things, but I get it done and I get out the door. So what I want to do is show you exactly what I do and give you some tips and tricks for looking good on Zoom without spending a lot of time doing it. First thing I need to do is put my hair back. I have washed my face. I have moisturized it. I did not do SPF today, which I should have done. And I want to quickly put on my Plush Prep Mist. This is a primer. It's also a setting spray. It's also a refresher. The best thing about this for us women over 50, it has caffeine. It has hyaluronic acid. So those will boost, plump, and it'll hydrate your skin, which is what we want, because on Zoom, it's not very forgiving. It's not very forgiving when you're on a Zoom call with a lot of 20, 30, and 40-year-olds, right? So the first thing I'm gonna do is spray that on real quick. I'm gonna get my little fan out, and actually this is the fastest one right here. I'm just gonna quickly dry it so that it's sunk into my skin, and it's gonna create a barrier. It's gonna plump and boost. It has, what does it have in it? It has elderflower extract, and that is also going to calm the skin and reduce any redness and even the skin tone. So it's really a great thing. And I'm gonna link below my product in the spotlight video all about the Plush Prep Mist. So now that my skin is pretty dry, I'm gonna go in and show you exactly what I do for Zoom ready face. I'm gonna use my one palette makeup. Everything that you need is right here. I love the flexibility and the ease of having everything right at your fingertips, literally fingertips. Now, if I was on a train, I think I would be using a brush maybe for this, because I don't want to touch dirty fingers to my face, but because I'm sitting right here at my desk, which is so multi-purpose. I sit at my desk and my computer's right there. So that's where the camera goes when I'm on my Zoom. So what I wanted to do is just focus on places on my face to brighten and minimize anything that would be distracting, especially on camera or for me. So that would be the redness around my face right here. So I put this color here, I put brightener down my face, and I'm just gonna go in and blend it. And really it's about focusing on those things on your face, minimizing any sort of distracting redness. Maybe you have sunspots, anything like that. You can minimize those and then go in and then brighten around your eyes. Now, if you're gonna be wearing glasses, you still wanna do your makeup, because the glasses will act as a, what do you call it, where it's gonna what is it called? Magnify. Glasses are gonna magnify your eyes. I'll show you in a minute. So I don't usually do a ton of makeup around my eyes, but what I wanna do is just even out my skin tone, add a little bit of a glow, and then I'm going to highlight with blush and contour to give my face some dimension, because the camera is going to sort of flatten you out. And depending if you blur your background or something, you really want your face to be fresh, glowy, and look better, right? You just want to look like yourself, more polished and more confident with your makeup. So this is a great base right here. And then I'm just going to go in, I'm going to add my blush like this. And I like to put it farther back on my face versus on the apples of my cheek, but you could do whatever you like. And if you like more blush than not, just make sure that you're not gonna be blown out on camera. And if you have a ring light, you wanna make sure that you're not, too pale and don't have any dimension in your skin, or face, I should say, which is why the contour is so important. Because if you're gonna look over here and over here, you're gonna see your face, and the ring light or potentially the window or the room you're in, depending on the light, could blow you out. So I like to go in with a little bit of contour, add a little dimension to my cheeks like this. And this is so fast. I think you can see how quick that this goes. So just add a little dimension like this. And so when you turn your head, you can see that shadow, and it's gonna make your face look so pretty. And then don't forget along your hairline like this, because what you wanna do is have the focus when you're on screen to be your eyes and your mouth, because you're talking, right? And that's what is important. So there I've added a little bit of contouring up there. It's gonna add a shadow, and then the focus is gonna be right here in the middle of my face. And then whatever's left on my brush, I like to do on my nose to give it a little dimension. And then you can always do down here. And remember, this is Zoom, so it's not gonna be so detailed, and hopefully you're not right up into the camera like this. You're gonna be back a little bit, and you can be talking, and it's really important to show your hands when you're talking sometimes, so that the people who you're talking to can feel and relate to you more, because you're being, talking with your hands, and you're making emotions like that. And then, of course, we're gonna do our eyebrows in a second. The most important thing now is to add a little bit of Illuminator. That's just gonna add a little glow, especially as we age, we lose that youthful glow, and we want that to come across on camera. Now it's really subtle, you don't wanna be shiny, but you do wanna have that youthful glow, especially as we're, older, and we may be online with a bunch of different aged women and men as well. So let's just do that. I'll add whatever's on my finger like that. And then as far as your eyes are concerned, I think the most important thing is to add a little bit of dimension, and obviously mascara will add a little eyeliner to make our eyes pop, because once you put on your glasses, well, I have a ring light, so you may not be able to see, but you want your eyes to pop even if you're gonna be wearing glasses. So let's do that. I'm just gonna go in with a pretty soft color. Now I recommend picking some colors that are complementary to your skin. You could be a little fun with it depending on what you do or what the meeting's about. You may not wanna go too loud or crazy. You may wanna do something soft and complementary for your eyes, just to make them look bigger and more pronounced and not sort of recede in your face. So I always like to go in with a pretty sort of pinky color. I'm wearing blue, so that'll be a nice complement. It'll help bring out the blue in my eyes. So I'm gonna go into this pretty pink. This is Paris, and I'm going to just sweep it across my eyelids. Now, most of my meetings are pretty casual, but we do ask that our staff look presentable and look professional. And so I also want to look the same when I'm getting on these meetings, because I want to be a leader and I want to look my best, and I want them to rise to the occasion as well. So that's just a light little color. I'm going to go in with a little bit of a darker color, and I'm going to put that on the outer corners like this, just to give a little shadow and a little dimension to my eyes. Now I do wear glasses when I'm on these meetings, wrong color, when I'm on these calls, because I need to usually read if there's a screen share, or I need to write or read a document. And so I always do have my glasses either on or off during the meeting, so I can see, and I like to put a little bit under that as well, so along the lower lash line like that. And then what I will do is go in with a little, now I've got to find it, a little eyeliner. Now this is quick. This shouldn't take a lot of time. This should be very, very fast, and like I said, under 10 minutes. So I'm gonna just grab a little eyeliner. I love this Revant long-lasting gel eyeliner. It's perfect if you wear glasses because it's not gonna smudge and it's not gonna get all over your face. So I love to take this and just rub it into my lash line and add a little bit of depth to my lashes and make my eyes look a little bigger. So I'm just gonna look in here, I'm gonna rub it just along the lash line like this, and then open my eye and put it like that. So it's like tight lining is what it's called. And you can pick whatever color you like. I just really like this dark brown. I think it's very soft. So you can sort of see that. I'm gonna smudge it in a minute so that it's softer. And now you could use an eyeliner for this. You could use a eyeshadow that you can smudge in. So we can do that as well. So there it is like that. And then I'm gonna go in with my pinky. I'm just gonna smudge it a little bit so that it's soft. And again, if you were traveling and you were doing this like in a train or a car, obviously you're not driving the car, but if someone was driving you or in an Uber or something, you could do this as well. And you just wanna make sure your hands are clean before you touch your face. If you had like a little package of Q-tips or something, or you could use another little brush like this if you had that, and you could go in, and this is another good option, is just smudge it like this with a brush. And you could just have that right in your little travel bag, right? But because we're working from home and it's Zoom, you could do this right here at your desk. You could do it in your bathroom or wherever you do your makeup. So that is just a little smudging. And then the last thing is we want to add a eyelash curler so that we can give our lashes a little lift. And we're almost done. It's really quick. It's really fast. I haven't timed this, so I have no idea how long this video is. But this is what I do every day. I sit right here, right next to my computer. I jump on with my palette and I just do a quick makeup like this, and I feel so much more pulled together, confident. I feel that I can attack the day so much better when I have my makeup on, and it doesn't have to be a lot of makeup. It just needs to be a little bit so that it gives you a glow. It adds a little dimension. And the last two things that we can't forget, now that you can see my eyes, I'll zoom in. Hopefully they look good up close. But remember, on Zoom, you're not like this close to someone, right? There is a space. It's almost like this is Zoom, right? I do have a good camera right now, so I'm filming on a camera. So maybe it's a little bit more clear than a Zoom. But then the next thing you need to do is grab either a spoolie and your brow wax like this. Go in and add brow wax to your brows. This is so important. You don't want your brows, because people are looking at your eyes, you don't want them all over the place. You want them groomed. You want them to be in place, especially if you're taking on and off your glasses. So do that. Now, if you want to fill in any sparse parts of your eyebrows, that's totally something you should do. I'll link below a video all about eyebrows, but you could use this spoolie. This has a really nice edge that's, hold on, let me show you. This is the other end of the spoolie brush, and it has an angled brush here, and you can dip this into either an eyeshadow, or I like to use my contour and just tap in like that. You can fill your eyebrows just like where you need it and do little brush strokes. Now this is, again, if you're trying to be quick and in a hurry, you could skip this step, but it's about just doing something like that, right? Filling them in. And then the last thing you want to do, besides doing your eyebrows, is to do something on your lips. It's really important to have a sort of a light sort of gloss, not too dark, not too bright, something neutral, but really, really pretty. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my line brush and I am going to do a little bit of lining like this, right? And just line it a little bit. And I like to just do the peaks and the bottom like that. I'm gonna take a little bit of my blush color just to add a little depth to my lips, not a lot, because I don't want a dark color, but I do want to stain my lips a little bit, kind of in the middle like that. And then I'm gonna go in with a very soft, you can see this is a very soft neutral gloss, and put that on top. And that is my, and it looks very neutral, very just polished. It's professional. It looks nice. Then I can take my hair down, and then the last thing that I like to do is go in with a little powder, and I'll take this, I'll add it just up here to clean up my eyebrows like this. I'll add a little bit right here to minimize and brighten the middle of that, and I'll flip it over. I'll grab some of the feather blotting and get rid of any sort of just blur any lines that I have. And this is great for blurring the lines right down the middle of your face, especially if you're a woman over 50 like me and you've got some of those little fine lines. And then maybe if you have some textured skin, this will blur it a little bit so that when you're on camera, you look beautiful, polished, and confident. So that is my really quick, under 10 minutes, how to do your makeup for Zoom for busy women over 50. This is just the best makeup because it is going to melt into your skin. It's going to even out your skin tone. You're not wearing a ton of makeup, as you saw. I didn't put any makeup down here, right? I didn't put anything up there except for the contour, and you have a beautiful, flawless look quickly. And to me, that's what it's all about. I can get back to doing what I need to do. If I need to get on a meeting quickly, or if I need to run out the door and run errands, I have a really quick face. So that is all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions or want to know more about the makeup, shoot me a comment. I will link everything below. The best way to get this makeup is to fill out a color match form. I will link that below. That's where I help you get the right colors for your skin tone. It's really easy, it's really fast, and all you have to do is follow the directions and I'll get it back to you as soon as possible. So thank you again, I really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. You'll get notified when new videos go up. I've got videos on hair and makeup, and I do have a planning journey from organized to, from overwhelmed, there you go, overwhelmed to organized, and how I am using my planner, which is actually really, really fun. And it's a whole journey, and so definitely check that out as well. So I've got a lot going on my channel, and I look forward to having you follow along on all of my different journeys, from hair to beauty to planning, and I will see you in the next video.